Hi, Carrie. It's nice to meet you. My name is Ashley Rockwood, and I am in Austin, Texas. Um, First off, wow, you have been through a lot with your son, between the tumors, the chemo, the radiation, and surgery. And now you're partaking on this journey, and you have, you've got two boys, not just one. But wow, that's a lot to go through, and it takes a lot of courage and a lot of strength, and the emotional strength that you must have is just wow. It's inspiring. So thanks for sharing that and being vulnerable with that. I too am a little bit nervous. I've undergone a few transitions within the last 3 months between this starting school. I have my partner moved in about a month ago. We got a puppy recently. I found out my department was being collapsed this year at work, and I started a new job. It's been a lot, and transitions can be a little challenging, especially it's my first time going back to school in 12 years, and I'm like, ooh, I don't know if I have the mental stamina um, to do it. But it's just we're a work in progress, and I'm trying, and we're both here, so that's something to celebrate for the both of us, for everyone. So yeah, congratulations on all that hard the hard stuff that you've been through, and being able to continue to move forward as challenging as things might be. Man, you have done so much in education these last few years, or these last several years, with credit recovery 504 and business and finance. Tried to do business my first year in my undergrad, and I am just like, I can't. It's not my area of. It's not our area of strength. It's not an area that I enjoy, and it's really awesome that those students have you, especially in the high school age level, when they're kind of, dipping their toes into different areas of expertise that they may want to continue down the path of. So that's really great. And when you were talking about your why for counseling, I can also relate that I had someone who kind of inspired me, but mine have been like several different people. It was really great that you had that inspiration to kind of figure out what you want to do. I think there's so much expectation and pressure that's put on kids nowadays to graduate high school, go to college, have this dream job, create a family, like, these steps of what we need to do. And you and I think, and probably a lot of us, are examples of how that doesn't always work that way. You may study something in school, but the likelihood of you continuing with that same career path for a long time is just not always feasible, or it's not, we learn and we grow. And with that comes new opportunities and new, I don't know, ideas of the path that we want to go down. One thing I really loved is that you had the same quote I did. I love lots of things, but that was awesome. If you wait to do everything until you're sure it's right, you'll probably never get anything done. I can relate to that quote so much because I was that person. I was always a procrastinator. I never, I would want to do things, but I would never take the steps in order to do them. And I found myself in a big depression when I was in my early 20s. My parents made me move home because I did that for a long time. I kind of would always just chameleonize and go with the flow of what everyone else wanted to do. And I think you probably saw that on my video. And yeah, I found myself really unhappy with that. I think I was fearful of so many things in that sense. And you talked about seizing the moment. And the time, if we don't, the time is never right, right? I mean, if, for anything, it's never a right time to do something. It's just when, I don't know, when you feel, I was going to say, even when you feel that you're ready, but sometimes we're just not ready. Sometimes things just happen and you have to learn. Like you said, we have to just jump in feet first. I have been thinking about going to grad school for 2.5 years. I've been talking about it. I've gone almost through the application, but didn't quite finish it. And I don't know why. I have no, I was just, I felt like the time wasn't right. I wasn't going to have time to do it. I had these other things I wanted to do. And then I think with that quote too, waiting until the time is right, I feel like it used to create so much anxiety for me because I would overthink it. I would just think too much, and I would create barriers that would get in the way, or prevent me from doing things I wanted to do, to grow, to be successful. And it was really, really frustrating. For a long time I did that. And so it was really nice to hear, you talk about it and talking about jumping in feet first, because even though I've several patches or times of counseling. I mean, I'm still doing that right now. When I actually am talking about school, when I'm seeing a counselor right now, and I think it was back in March, she and I had a session where I was talking about my fears and why I hadn't done it. And 2 weeks later, in my next session, I had already applied and was accepted into this grad school. So it was a huge moment of how a counselor has supported that specific quote for me. And I think it was so powerful for me to finally just be like, there are no barriers. The time is never going to be right. There are barriers, and there are always going to be barriers and challenges and struggles, but it's just a matter of how to cope with them and how to regulate the way I feel about them, because it's life. There's never going to be a right time for things, and there are always going to be issues that come up. And we all have these emotions. We just have to learn to recognize them and then how to cope with them. So thank you for listening, and I appreciated your video. And again, I appreciate the courage and the strength that you must have, and the challenges and struggles that you've had within the past couple years or time in your life. And I hope you have a lovely day, and I look forward to getting to work with you.